My name is Olivia, and for 10 years I've nursed a wound so deep it's become part of me. My family, the Carters, was a gilded cage, beautiful on the outside, rotten within. Dad, a charming lawyer, ruled with a smile that hid his cruelty. Mom, his perfect accomplice, turned a blind eye to his affairs and tempers. My older brother, Ethan, learned from Dad, manipulating everyone, while my sister, Claire, played the victim to get her way. I was the youngest, the quiet one, the one they mocked for dreaming of escape. At 16, I uncovered Dad's secret he'd embezzled from his firm, framing his partner who went to prison. When I confronted him, he laughed, saying I was too weak to fight back. That night, he hit me for the first time. Mom watched, silent. Ethan sneered. Claire cried but did nothing. I swore I'd make them pay. I left at 18, vowing to return when I was ready. For a decade, I built my plan, gathering evidence, allies, and strength. Now, at 28, I'm back in Greenwich, Connecticut, ready to unravel their perfect lie. Greenwich, Connecticut hadn't changed much. Same pristine estates, same whispers behind closed doors. I rented a modest apartment downtown, blending in while I watched the Carters. Dad's law firm thrived, his reputation untarnished. Mom hosted charity galas, her smile a mask. Ethan, now a realtor, flaunted his wealth, while Claire, a socialite, chased influencers. They didn't know I was back. My first move was contacting Mr. Hargrove, Dad's old partner, now free but broken. He'd lost everything because of Dad's frame job. Over coffee, his hands shook as he recounted the betrayal. I promised justice. I'd spent years tracking Dad's finances, finding offshore accounts tied to his embezzlement. Hargrove agreed to testify if I could protect him. Next, I hacked Ethan's email, child's play for someone who'd learned coding in college. His shady deals with clients gave me leverage. Claire was trickier. Her public persona was flawless, but her private life was a mess. I needed dirt. Step 1, plant the seeds of doubt. I started small, slipping anonymous tips to the Greenwich Post about Ethan's shady real estate deals. A journalist, Mia, bit, hungry for a scoop. I fed her just enough to spark suspicion without revealing my hand. Meanwhile, I shadowed Claire at her glitzy events, noticing her flirtations with a married tech mogul, Victor Kane. A quick dive into her social media DMs, hacked with skills I'd honed over years, revealed desperate messages begging him for cash. Perfect. I sent Victor's wife a burner phone with screenshots, signing it a friend. Chaos would come later. For Dad, I needed more than financial records. I befriended his secretary, Lisa, who spilled about his late-night meetings with a client, Vanessa. A pie friend tailed them, snapping photos of their affair. Mom's denial wouldn't hold up against evidence. My plan was a web, each thread pulling the Carters closer to ruin. But I had to be careful. Ethan was paranoid, and Dad's temper hadn't softened. I felt alive, but fear lingered. What if they struck first? The first crack appeared at Mom's gala in Greenwich, Connecticut. I slipped in with a fake invite, blending among the town's elite. Claire was drunk, clinging to Victor Kane, unaware his wife had confronted him. I overheard her snap at Ethan, "Fix your mess or I'll tell Dad everything." Ethan's deals were unraveling. Mia's articles had clients pulling out. I smirked, sipping champagne. Then I saw Dad, arm around Vanessa, Mom nearby, oblivious. I sent Lisa a text from a burner. "Tell Mrs. Carter about Vanessa. Now." Lisa hesitated but complied, whispering to Mom. Her face froze, but she kept smiling. Classic. Later, I leaked Dad's offshore account details to Hargrove's lawyer, who filed a motion to reopen his case. The Carters were distracted, fighting among themselves. Ethan cornered me outside, eyes wild. "You're behind this, aren't you?" I played dumb, heart racing. He grabbed my arm, but I twisted free, years of self-defense paying off. "Touch me again, and you're done," I hissed. The web tightened, but I wasn't ready for their counterattack. Ethan's suspicion rattled me, but I stayed focused. The next day, Victor Kane's wife went public, blasting Claire on social media as a homewrecker. Claire's influencer deals tanked overnight. She sobbed at home, Mom consoling her while ignoring Dad's affair. Hypocrisy at its finest. I escalated, sending the Pies photos of Dad and Vanessa to Mom's email, anonymous. She confronted him that night. I watched through their window in Greenwich, Connecticut, binoculars in hand. He yelled, she cried, but they stayed together. Predictable. Meanwhile, Hargrove's lawyer pushed the embezzlement case, subpoenaing Dad's firm. His partners started questioning him. I felt the thrill of control, but cracks showed in my plan. Ethan hired a private investigator to dig into the leaks. I caught the guy tailing me, so I led him on a wild goose chase, dumping my burner phone. Then Claire called me, voice shaking. "Olivia, come home, we need you." A trap or desperation. Against my gut, I agreed to meet. Walking into that house felt like stepping into a snake pit. The Carter house in Greenwich, Connecticut, smelled of Mom's lavender candles, masking the tension. Claire hugged me, mascara streaked, but her eyes darted to Ethan, lurking by the stairs. Dad sat in his armchair, whiskey in hand, glaring. Mom offered tea, voice tight. "We're family, Olivia. Whatever's happening, we fix it together." I almost laughed. They thought I was the weak link here to confess. Instead, I played along, feigning concern. "What's wrong, Claire?" She babbled about her ruined reputation, blaming haters. Ethan cut in. "Someone's targeting us. Know anything, Liv?" I shrugged, heart pounding. Dad slammed his glass down. "Enough games. You left us, now this. Speak." I stayed calm, planting a seed. "Maybe it's karma, Dad, for Mr. Hargrove." His face paled. Mom gasped. Ethan stepped closer, but Claire grabbed his arm. I left, their shouts echoing. Outside, I checked my phone. Hargrove's lawyer had new evidence. Dad's forged documents. The trap was closing, but Ethan's pie was still out there, and I hadn't anticipated Claire's next move. Claire's betrayal stung. She de-recorded our meeting, twisting my words to make it seem I'd confessed to the leaks. She sent it to Ethan's pie, who handed it to Dad. By morning, Dad's lawyer slapped me with a cease and desist, accusing me of defamation. They thought they'd cornered me. I laughed. They'd underestimated my preparation. I met Mia, the journalist, and handed her a USB with Dad's offshore account records and forged documents, all verified by Hargrove's lawyer. "Run it," I said. She did. The article hit, exposing Dad's embezzlement. His Greenwich, Connecticut firm suspended him, clients fled. Mom called, hysterical, begging me to stop. "You're tearing us apart," I hung up. Ethan, desperate, tried bribing Mia to retract the story, but she refused. Claire, spiraling, posted a tearful video online blaming me. It backfired. Commenters called her a spoiled liar. The Carters were crumbling, but Dad was dangerous when cornered. I doubled my security, knowing his temper. Then a text from an unknown number. "You're dead, Olivia." Game on. Death threat didn't scare me, it fueled me. I traced the number to a burner, likely Dad's. He was unraveling, but I wasn't done. Hargrove's lawyer filed charges, and the DA opened an investigation into Dad's embezzlement. His Greenwich, Connecticut firm partners turned on him, leaking more dirt to save themselves. Mom filed for divorce, her perfect image shattered. Ethan's real estate empire collapsed under scrutiny. Clients sued, and his license was revoked. Claire, now a pariah, fled to a rehab retreat, her influencer career dead. I watched their downfall from my Greenwich apartment, but victory felt hollow. 10 years of rage had consumed me. I visited Hargrove, who thanked me with tears in his eyes. "You gave me my life back," he said. I nodded, but guilt crept in. Had I become as cruel as them? Then Ethan showed up at my door, drunk, begging for mercy. "We're family, Liv." I slammed the door. That night I got a call. Dad had fled the country. My plan worked, but the final blow was coming, and it would cost me more than I expected. Dad's escape didn't surprise me. He was a coward. Interpol was on his trail, tipped off by my leaked evidence. Mom, now alone, sold the Greenwich, Connecticut house to cover legal fees. She left voicemails pleading for forgiveness, but I deleted them. Claire resurfaced, posting from rehab, claiming she de-found herself. Nobody cared. Ethan, broke and desperate, tried blackmailing me with old family secrets, but I'd already exposed them. My plan was nearly complete, but the cost hit hard. Friends I'd made over the years distanced themselves, wary of my ruthlessness. Even Mia, the journalist, called me obsessed. Late at night, I stared at old family photos, wondering if I'd gone too far. Then I found a letter in Dad's abandoned Greenwich office addressed to me. It read, "You win, Olivia, but you're just like me." Rage boiled over his final jab. I burned the letter, vowing to end this. I had one last card to play. A recorded confession Dad made years ago, bragging about his crimes. It would seal his fate, but it meant facing my own demons. I sent Dad's confession tape to the DA, who shared it with Interpol. Within days, he was arrested in Mexico, extradited, and charged. His trial was a circus. Greenwich, Connecticut's golden lawyer, exposed as a fraud. Mom watched from the gallery, broken. Ethan skipped town, a warrant out for his fraud. Claire stayed in rehab, silent. The Carters were gone, their legacy ash. I thought I'd feel free, but Dad's letter haunted me. Was I like him? I visited Hargrove next.